day to you. How are you? How are you feeling now? Wherever you are, however you are feeling, my love and best wishes to you to have a wonderful rest of the day. What is this? Why have I started this podcast? The reason is over a period of time, my coaching students, as well as my clients, they often felt that the stories, the experiences, the tools which we develop together have really helped them. And they wanted to listen to it again and again. Is there somewhere they can listen to it, sometime later? They have asked for it. And they also felt that the conversations which we had and the experiences also needed to be heard by many others. Somehow there was a resistance because I thought it was personal. It was, how can I share coaching stories? But as I was reflecting, and in the beginning of the year, I started working on the plans for 2025. One of the key goal kept on coming in that it is important that I share my experience, the stories. This is important. So here I come. I'm here for you. We'll come every week from now onwards and share on any topic. So I've asked my clients and students also to share what topics they would want to hear. And there is a list already. But if you want to hear anything which is special, do send me a message in the email address which is here or WhatsApp, and we will plan for it. So now, before I start, a little bit about my experiences or who am I. I have 3 lives. In my first life, I was a dancer. I was a professional dancer, dancing across the country, and in on multiple times. I was a dance teacher. I was the art manager. So it was my life was full of arts. But then I met very senior dance professionals, Guru Kelichan Mahapatra, Sanjita Panigrahi, and the likes. And I realized their passion. I realized their passion for their art, which they have. But I did not see their lifestyle to be how I would have seen supposed to. I went through it for some time and then I felt, as a dancer, I lived my life. So let me let go of that and start corporate journey. By the time I did my masters, I completed my masters. So I stepped in, but it was just masters in international relations. So who will give me job? I just walked into a diagnostic center, a hospital, and they needed a receptionist. So I just joined in. And I would type, seeing the computer for the first time. I will type with long nails and long earrings, like a dancer. Uh, but my new life started. My second life started, and gradually, I just cut. It was like almost like cutting my umbilical cord. I left dance because the more I was watching or not watching or missing dance, I was feeling very sad. I just said, okay, done. So I disconnected all connections, dance and performance. I stopped going to performances, stopped meeting my friends who are dancers, and completely focused on my second life, which was the corporate life. In here, I saw one lady one day in my office. I felt she was not doing anything. But she was earning more money. She was going around talking to people. I asked, what has she done? She said, HR. She's an HR. I said, I'm going to do HR. And I enrolled in HR. And but by the time while I was working there, I realized I love, I picked up new systems, processes, and I was training people. So I really had a connection of developing people, the new recruits who was coming. So I was already there for 5 years. I completed my HR program. Fast forward, I joined, another company which was on learning and development, and that was leadership development. So I, at a very early age, I started leadership development, started working with Indian Institute of Management and other, across the world to create leadership content for my internal clients. So I was exposed to many, the best of, the best articles, systems, process of how can leaders be made? What will make a leader? Who can become a leader? And again, this company, so it was basically an IT company where I joined. IT was in boom. And I fast forward 15 years. I was uh, I was in Europe for setting up leadership development uh, programs for leaders of Europe uh, in my organization. And I had, all these days, I started calling myself a choreographer. And so I was choreographing programs. I was choreographing and designing curriculums, programs, so that leaders are comfortable in leading. Because I was working with engineers who did not have any MBA or any management, formal management training. So I was creating these programs which was help them to deal with people, deal with anyone who's around. So all these programs I was doing, the training was happening, but I could see that the lasting impact was not happening. The changes was again coming back. It was transactional. It was really not transformational. On my first week in England, where when I joined this office, I met a coach, and I really saw how in 30 minutes, one person who was sitting like this became open and started listening like this. I said, "What is this? This is coaching, how you can actually open up people. You can actually understand what is there in your mind, and you help them to see through who they are and what they intend to do and just explore." I knew this is what I'm going to do that time. And uh, in that year, 1 year, I met 100 coaches across the globe. I started doing my research on how do you set coaching culture, who are the good coaches, what are bad coaches. I met many bad coaches too. And I set up coaching center of excellence in my organization. And that was really, my start of who I am today. I'm a coach. I'm a leadership coach. So another interesting thing happened at that time, during that time. I was in a party, uh, and there, I was dancing with Hindi movie song like Shila Ki Javani. And someone said, "Are you an Odissi dancer?" I said, "What? Odissi in Shila Ki Javani?" No, no, I mean, no, I am not. I've left 17 years. I have not danced. He said, "Someone is going to call you tomorrow." The next day, someone called me, one lady, and she said, "We need an Odissi dancer. Would I want you to join." I said, "I've not danced for 17 years and I'm too old." She said, "How old are you?" "I'm 75, she said. I said, "Oh, no, I'm not. I'll come." So that brought me back to stage after 17 years. I was in on back to stage, back to my arts of my first life. Something happened and I realized that I need to bring art and leadership together. And I, again, fast forward, when I came back to India, I decided to hang my boots of, corporate boots of 30 years and start my own organization called Art to Lead, bringing art and leadership together. And that's what I run now. Art2Lead LLP and Coachezzy, through which I coach people as well as I train coaches. And this experience, I'm living my third life right now. This experience is what I want to bring to you, because I'm sitting in a pot of gold with all the learnings which I've got from, I think by 3 years, I already made 400 coaches and the best facilitators across the globe, because I had the money, the budget was with me. So I was running programs. I sat in programs and I learned. I just was like a sponge, absorbed things, which comes in when I do my sessions, when I do my trainings. Of course, coaching is different. So when I do coaching, it's coaching, but I also bring in different tools, leadership tools, to help people think through. So each week, we will bring out any topic which we have brought out. We will bring in stories and we will use the tools also with you. If you want to know more about it, you have to subscribe to this channel. So, welcome to our podcast.